Welcome back to the most recent episode of the Poverty Franchise Podcast. I'm Ethan.
I'm Khalil. We're now sponsored by Liquid Death. No, just thought I should bring that up. What's their slogan? Murder your thirst with Liquid Death. Yeah, first ever sponsor. Yeah, but we're back.
Unofficial sponsor.
Yeah, they haven't paid us or called us, but it's a sponsor. We didn't sign anything. They know.
They just don't know it yet. They don't know.
They'll pay us eventually, maybe 5,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9 years from now. But it's a sponsorship. We're making sense. Yeah, we're back though. Draft was on Thursday.
Thursday.
It is Saturday night. Yeah, we should probably address this too. It's later for a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was so hot today. For those of you who are watching and you don't know where we're from, we live in San Diego. So it gets hot, very hot all the time. But today it was just So I really was not trying to record.
So sluggish and
trying to record during the day. It's currently, nighttime, and I still have a fan on because it's just ridiculous. I have 2 fans in my room, one in the back and then one over there. So, and my ceiling fan. So we're just trying to survive out here. It's really hot. So that's why the episode is later. But as I was saying, NBA draft was on Thursday, Saturday now, and we're kind of just going to go over that, talk about the draft, winners, losers, look back at our terrible mock draft. Yeah, and just talk all things draft, maybe get into some, Kevin Durant rumors. You saw Dame story earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, might have to talk about that a little bit.
Kyrie thing.
Yeah, just all things NBA, not a lot of NFL stuff, which is something I've kind of been noticing. Not a lot of NFL stuff right now. The biggest thing in the NFL right now is probably Deshaun.
Deshaun just picking up
more cases.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but he picked up another one.
Yeah.
Hold on, my dog. I need to take care of my dog.
Go ahead. I'll start off while you're gone. But yeah, we're gonna start off with just going pick by pick, and also comparing it to what we had. So let's start with 1, and the consensus 1 for what seemed like a few months was Jabari. It seemed like everyone thought Jabari was going to the Magic, and then we get to draft day and everyone Paolo goes 1. But what I heard is, I'm not into betting and specifically not on the draft. But apparently a lot of people in Vegas were putting a bunch of money on Paolo to go 1 on draft day.
Okay, so his odds skyrocketed the day of draft night. It was insane.
And everyone was like, okay, why are these people putting in so much money on Paolo if Woj, who's in the holy trinity of NBA news, tweeted that Jabari was going 1. So when Paolo went 1, I was honestly shocked. I thought it was either Chet or Jabari that would go 1. I really didn't hear anything about Paolo going 1, but it was cool. It was a nice way to start off the draft with a little surprise pick. How do you feel about the pick, Ethan?
It helps Jalen out, or that whole roster, I guess, because they have a scoring wing. They have a scoring wing. That's what the NBA is now: scoring wings who can handle the ball, and he already has the body. He has the skill set to do it.
For sure.
But defensively, let's see where that goes.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep Jonathan Isaac, which I don't know if that's what they want to do because he's always hurt, they'll be able to figure it out. I think they have a bunch of capable defenders. I mean, I like the pick. I like it more for, not to say that he's bad on the court, but I was honestly surprised with how many people were saying how good of a leader he is. Apparently, he's a very, very good leader and a culture builder and things like that. And for Orlando, I think that's pretty valuable because they don't really
they need that.
They don't have an identity at the moment. The Rockets have some sort of identity. They're kind of this fast-paced offense team. The Thunder are kind of more defensive-minded, have a lot of length and, versatile defenders, kinds of that thing. Bad teams have some sort of identity. I don't think the Magic have that yet. And I think Paolo will help, build that. As you're saying about the body, 6'10", 250 is wild. I honestly, let me find, what's his name? Jalen Duren is 6'11", 250. So similar body types, 1 inch shorter. But yeah, if you had to give the pick a grade, what are you giving it? Because I think it's like an A. I think it's
an A. Comfortable A.
Yeah, I think no matter who you take out of the top three
picks, it's an A.
I'm happy
They
with
all
all of
provide
them,
different things and
but they're all in like the same category of quality of
skill.
prospect,
Yeah.
things like that.
Mhm.
So number 2, Thunder go Chet, which confirms that regardless of who would have gone number 1, the Thunder were taking Chet.
Mhm.
There was no chance we were taking Jabari if we didn't take Jabari when he was available to us. So we took Chet. As a Thunder fan, I was pretty happy because like we're watching the draft, or I'm watching the draft, right?
Mhm.
And the whole time I had it in my mind that we were probably taking Chet because Jabari was going to get taken.
Mhm.
And then Jabari doesn't get taken. And I'm just like, at this point, I've had my mind made up on Chet. We're taking Chet. We can't switch this late. So we still get Chet. Happy with it. He's getting a lot of hate at the moment. I don't know if you've seen it about like.
Oh no, so he's getting this hate because he's getting looked at as cocky.
I don't think he's cocky. I just think it's like, if someone were to ask me and I'm a rookie and I'm like, a top pick, I'm not going to be like, and the question was like, who's the best player in the NBA? He said, me in a couple of months.
2 months.
Right. I'm not about to be like, well, LeBron's better than me. Steph's better than me.
That's going to lower his draft stock because that shows that he doesn't have confidence in himself.
Right. He clearly has confidence in himself. And it's not arrogant, or it's not arrogance or cockiness.
It's not like I'm the best player in the world. I'm that guy. Give me the ball.
Right. Yeah. It's just like he's confident that he is the best player. And what's his name said that too? Benedict Mathurin said that earlier today.
Nah, he said the hype about LeBron was not there to him. He needs to guard him himself.
Exactly. Which is fair. I like the confidence. It's not like they're like, these guys suck. It's just they're not talking down on these people. They're talking up on themselves more so.
Yeah.
Like if Chet were to go out and be like, I could give Giannis 50, I'd be like, all right, bro, I don't want you. But he just said he feels like he's the best player in the league. And I mean, hey, until proven otherwise, we can't say it's wrong. He hasn't stepped foot in the NBA, so we don't know if he is or not.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Probably isn't going to be like, I would guarantee he's not going to be, but like, I like the confidence. Keep it up.
Yeah.
But I guess
like at least we know what he's striving for.
Right. He's striving for greatness. He's not going to settle for being a solid player. He's not
settling for being an okay player or like a good player. He wants to win.
And he wants to be the best player in the league, which
there's like this interview where like it's like the what if, like, would you rather have like 10 or 5 all-stars or 2 chips? He said 2 chips.
Oh yeah, they were asking all of them that, I think. Yeah, he said 2 chips. Yeah, and he said he wanted to bring winning back to OKC, and I'll take that. I'll appreciate that. Hopefully, we can, win something this year. Who knows? I think we have a good enough roster to maybe make the play-in. Who knows?
I think you guys have a good enough roster to make the play-in comfortably.
Comfortably, I don't know about. Maybe we'll see. We'll definitely see. But yeah, I give this pick an A, as we said, and then Jabari. He goes 3. He looks really upset about going 3, which I don't blame him.
Oh, yeah.
It was like he thought he was going 1 this whole time, and then he slides to 3. So he seemed a bit upset. Don't blame him for that at all.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad getting drafted to the Rockets than the Magic.
Yeah,
I'd rather go to Houston.
Yeah, if I was a top prospect, I'm trying to go live in Houston. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not really trying to go play in Orlando.
I would rather go to a more suitable situation, I guess.
Right.
Like, not even to say that the Magic is in a bad situation, but the Rockets are clearly going in an uphill direction.
Even if it's not the what's it called, a prestigious, position to be drafted 3rd, sometimes it's better to get drafted later. If you're
less stress on how you have to perform.
Exactly, and you're typically going to go to a better team the later you get picked. Of course, with the lottery, sometimes teams move down and move up, so it's kind of hard to say. But like typically, the lower you are on the board, the better situation you're going to. To a point, like I would say from like 1 to 10, the lower you get drafted, the better team you're going to. After that, it's also like the better team you're going to, but also the less opportunity you're going to have. So you kind of want to be, anywhere in this 1 to 10 for a top prospect, of course, but everyone wants to be a top 10. But he seemed a bit upset. I'd be too. Yeah. Not gonna lie to you. But I'm happy for Houston. I think it's a good pick. It's also an A. He deserved to go 1, he deserved to go 2, and he deserved to go 3. There's a case you can make for all 3 guys.
All 3 were just interchangeable.
Right.
You can't go wrong.
It's beginning of the year, it seemed like Chet was going 1. Then early before the draft, it seems like Jabari is going 1. Now Paolo goes 1. It's crazy draft. Not as many trade. Well, big trades, not as many big trades, but there were some weird trades. There's one specifically that I'm still kind of confused about that we'll get
Oh,
to.
the next one?
Yeah, the Jabari or the
Yeah.
Jalen Duren thing had me
Jalen
confused for a
Duren.
bit.
Yeah.
I was so lost.
Okay, so I totally forgot about this, but apparently Paulo had a workout with the Magic, like
Mhm.
really late. It was like a late workout,
Mhm.
and he did good. So which
Mhm.
is why he got projected to go there, and then
Mhm.
yeah, that's why his draft stock rose from like the day of.
Oh,
Like,
so
to
people
go
were like
one.
hearing about that workout and were
Yeah,
like,
people were
okay,
hearing about that workout because apparently they really liked him, and I guess they did because they chose him with their first. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But all three of those picks, I'm happy with them. I think they're all, in good situations.
Mhm.
But definitely let's move on to 4. And
Keegan Murray.
I think this is not a bad pick because I
This
like Keegan
it can
Murray.
either okay, so I like him, but it can either age well or horribly because we've
Yeah,
seen what the Kings have drafted before. They missed
yeah.
out on Dame, Clay Thompson. What else did they miss out on?
They missed out on Dame, Klay Thompson, and there was one other. I know which infographic you're
Mhm.
talking about. It's the one
Yeah,
that's been going around a bunch.
yeah.
Um, yeah, but they're not a good drafting team. I don't think I
Mhm,
have an issue with Keegan Murray as a prospect. I think he actually fits well with them. I
mhm.
just think they should have traded down.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna take it was clear that Jaden Ivey was the fourth best guy, right? And I
Mhm.
imagine, I know the Thunder wanted to move up to 4. I'm sure the Knicks were trying to move up to 4. I'm sure the Pistons were trying to move up to 4. Shoot, I wouldn't be surprised if like the Spurs and the Wizards and the Pacers were trying to move to 4, right?
Mhm.
Even I don't know about the Blazers. Maybe the Blazers, maybe the Pelicans, but not so much for those teams. If the Thunder were willing to trade 3 future firsts to the Knicks to get up one spot, what do you think the Kings could have got for 4? Like,
Mhm.
they could have got so much just to move down, a few picks, and they're not even like they're trying to clearly win now. So I just think they should have traded down if they weren't going to take Ivy. That's my thoughts
Yeah,
on it.
because Ivy was like a consensus 4, and
Consensus 4. There was no question he
yeah,
was 4.
like it's not even close.
Right.
And I think yeah, as you mentioned, they should have traded back because you know how in Madden you kind of reach
Yeah.
like that positional value. Yeah,
Yeah.
they reached.
Yeah. It was just like they're not taking Ivy. So
Mhm.
trade down, and even if you don't get Keegan Murray,
Get
get
something
some
from the
picks.
trade.
Right.
Yeah.
Get some picks to, add on to missing out on, a guy. Because Ivy didn't want to go to Sacramento, which is
Mhm.
fine. So I'm glad they didn't take him and just force it.
Yeah.
But I just think they could have traded down. So I think I would give this pick a B minus. Not that I'm mad at the pick. I think Keegan Murray is a great prospect.
Mhm.
I just think they should have traded down.
I'm giving it a B because he fits well next to Sabonis.
Things
He
like
can
that.
score the ball
Right.
well, and just his value that he brings
As
is
a floor
great.
spacer, a
As
roller,
yeah, as a player,
defensively.
it's great. But like where they picked him is what's tanking the grade.
Right. I think this is going to be one of those things where, like, in the future, you know how sometimes a player who's actually not even that bad will get drafted before someone who's like really, really good.
Mhm.
I think
And then
that's
they
how
get
it's going to
looked
play
at as
out.
a bust.
Right. Keegan Murray isn't going to be bad, I don't think. I think he's going to be a fine, solid player, maybe a potential all-star in the future. Who knows? He strikes me more as like a really, really good starter, more so than an all-star. But if he gets drafted before Jaden Ivey, who ends up being like a perennial all-star, all NBA type of dude, then it's gonna get looked at weird, even if it is a good pick. So
Yeah.
that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Number 5.
Ivy.
At this point, Jaden Ivey had to go 5 because he fell.
Mhm.
And I think this is the first or second pick that we actually got right. Okay, so we got Chet to Oklahoma City right, and then we
Mhm.
got Jaden Ivey to Detroit right, but we did it weird where we had the Kings actually trade down.
Kings. Yeah.
But we still had that pick right. So 2 for 5. Don't expect us to get one right for a long time. you know, I like this fit though. Next to Cade, I think the Pistons are the biggest winner in this draft. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For sure.
No,
For sure.
they get Jaden Ivey, who's gonna fit really well next to Cade. He has ties to the city. You know, I
his
think
mom, grandpa.
And his grandpa played for the Lions, and then his mom played for the Detroit Shock, which I think is a WNBA team.
It is, yes.
Yeah, he clearly wanted to be there. His grandma still lives in Detroit, which is kind of cool.
They had like a whole ceremony for him because
and
he also got their jerseys.
Yeah, he got the jerseys. So clearly they're trying to build like a good connection with him, and I appreciate that. You know, it just shows that they like appreciate
they clearly
him.
Care.
Right. You know, it's not just
they don't want him to fail in that city. They don't want him to hate it. They want him to grow to love Detroit.
Right, and want to build something in Detroit, which is it's always great when you do that. So I like that, and it's probably the first really heartfelt moment of the draft because Paolo was all smiles, Chet was chilling, Jabari was a little upset, but he wasn't like smiling.
You know what Chet reminded me of? So you know that Judge from Ratatouille, right?
I saw that earlier. That someone said that Chet looks like the food critic from Ratatouille mixed with Tyler Hero. That's exactly what it was. The fit too, because it was all black. He looked exactly like him, bro. We got to come up with a nickname for Chet that has to do with Ratatouille. I got to think of something, but Jaden Ivey was the first heartfelt, moment of the draft because he was really tearing up, which is great. You like to always see that emotion because it's kind of like these guys have been working for this their whole life. So that was great. I really like the fit. I think this is an A+ pick.
A+
because it's like he fell to them. They didn't have to do anything to get.
They didn't have to reach. They didn't have to. He just fell. That's it.
Yep. Number 6, your boy. This is your favorite player in the draft, Indiana. What are your thoughts?
Did you know he was neighbors with against Dort?
They were neighbors.
They were neighbors. Yeah.
Oh wow, I never knew that. How did you find that
out? I heard it from somewhere, but Dort is clearly close to him because he constantly posts him on his Instagram.
Yeah, he
on his story. Yeah.
I think he posted him when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forgot where I saw it, but they were neighbors. I think I might have heard it on somewhere. Forgot. But I really like this pick. I really like. At the moment I hated it because it was the Pacers, and I hope that he got drafted to a better situation. But it's not the worst because they have Buddy Hield, they have Tyrese Haliburton who can help him set him up. He's also a freak athlete, and he's next to Miles Turner, assuming he doesn't get shocked during the offseason.
He's gonna get shocked.
So he's probably gonna
maybe for the next 3 weeks he'll be next to Miles Turner, but once the season starts, he won't be.
Yeah. But I just hope he got drafted to a better situation in a team that's not tanking. Yeah. Because
I don't think I want to see this tanking. I just think they're really mid. I'm not excited to watch the Pacers. I'm sorry.
I'm also not a big fan of their jerseys.
Yeah, I think jerseys actually do play a part in how much I want to watch a team. Even if you're bad, if you look good while being bad, I'll watch it. That's why I wouldn't mind it. The Magic, I'm not watching y'all, bro. I'm sorry. Those jerseys are ugly. Y'all are due for a rebrand. It's been 10 years. Switch it up, please. Dwight Howard played in those jerseys. Switch the jerseys. But don't pull a Utah Jazz though.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We never even talked about those jerseys. Those jerseys are hideous. I don't know what made them think to do that. They're so bad. They
made the jerseys. They looked at it and they're like, "Yeah, this is the move."
Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Whoever designed those needs to get fired. You know how much time and effort you got to do to work your whole life to get a job designing jerseys for an NBA team. And you came out with that? That was what you came out with? You're like, yeah, Donovan Mitchell gonna really rock these knockoff Oregon jerseys.
Oh my God.
Oh, those jerseys are so ugly. But back to the Pacers. I don't like their jerseys.
I'm giving this pick an A. Simple. I'm biased. I like him, but I really like the fit. Because he's like a 2-3.
2-3. He could definitely he'll be able to play right next to Tyrese. There's not gonna have to be, any growing pains. I think he's gonna fit right in.
Yeah.
I like the pick a lot too. Jersey's gotta switch though. Number 7. This is the mystery guy of the draft,
mystery pick.
and they kept saying this throughout the whole time he was getting drafted. They were really just nailing it in that he's a mystery, and we get it, we know. But Shaedon Sharpe goes to Portland. I don't know how I feel about this pick because there's just like we don't know a lot about him.
Only time will tell how this pick works out.
I mean, I honestly thought the Blazers were gonna. I really thought the Thunder were gonna trade up to 7. Once I saw that Shaedon Sharpe was still on the board at 7, I thought Dort was going to Portland.
Yeah.
As soon as the Blazers got on the clock, I was like, yeah, Dort is off the roster. We're trading up for Shaedon Sharpe because that's what both parties wanted. Shaedon wanted to be in Oklahoma City, and I think the Thunder wanted Shaedon Sharpe. Clearly, the Blazers also wanted Shaedon Sharpe, but I also apparently Shaedon Sharpe was working out with Dame, and Dame was extremely impressed with him. So, Dame wanted Shaedon Sharpe, I would assume, and they were like, okay, we got to get Dame who he wants. I'm just interested to see how this. I didn't even think about this until like right now. Dame, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons. Is Anthony Simons coming off the bench? Is Shaedon Sharpe coming off the bench? Is Shaedon Sharpe playing the 3? Like, I don't know how that's gonna work.
Nah, okay. Let's jump into this right now. KD rumors.
Yeah, we might as well talk about that because he might get traded too. That's also a possibility. Okay, so essentially, just to give some context to the situation,
Dame on his Instagram story posted a photoshopped image of Kevin Durant in a Portland Trailblazers jersey right next to him.
So I would assume the Blazers
they want to chase for
KD, assuming that Kyrie leaves. And if Kyrie leaves, or if KD gets traded, I would assume the Blazers would have to trade Shaedon Sharpe. There'd be no way they could do it without trading him. It would have to be like Anthony.
You're gonna have to give up the future.
Yeah, Shaedon Sharpe might have.
The future is going to New York.
And picks. You mean Brooklyn? The Knicks?
Brooklyn is New York, is it?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Yeah. Anthony Simons. Yeah, I think it has 1% alcohol in it. Bro. I'm tweaking. Yeah, they would have to trade Shaedon Sharpe if they wanted to get KD. But
yeah,
while we're on the topic, where would you want to see KD? Like, where's a realistic place for Kevin Durant to go? Who has things to trade for KD? I've heard Phoenix, and that's like I
didn't even think of
a DeAndre Ayton maybe trade because they're not trading CP or Booker. It'd be for DeAndre Ayton. Yeah, so maybe. There's a chance, and I honestly don't think I want this because we would give up so much and probably some young players too.
Okay,
yeah.
That's the only place where he could go without getting any
critiquing.
Backlash.
Yeah, if he was like, send me home, I want to go play for OKC.
That's the only place where he wouldn't get looked
at. Thing is, we would have to trade Chet, I would assume.
Yeah.
We would have to trade Chet, and I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where else can he go? I'm looking. It has got to be like a team that's trying to be good, but also has something to give up. Like, I guess the Heat.
I can't. The Heat trading Hero.
Yeah.
They'd probably have to give up like Bam too, though, or something like that.
I think they could do Hero and make it work. I don't think Hero and if they had to trade Hero and Bam, I don't think they trade for KD. Because if you're trading for KD, you're trying to win like now.
You're trying to win now. So I'm assuming KD wants to go to win now situation because he clearly wants championships.
It's either win now or the Thunder.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't think he would want to go to the Knicks. Like that wouldn't make much sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I can't think of anyone off the top of my head because
I don't know where it would make sense. I've seen the Blazers thing and I've seen the Suns thing. That's literally it. I don't think he couldn't go back to Golden State. Let's just cut off the teams that he couldn't go to. He couldn't go to Golden State.
He's not going to Memphis.
He's not going to Memphis. He couldn't go to LA. That wouldn't happen. He's not going to go
Milwaukee.
Not going to Milwaukee. He's not going to Orlando. He's not going to Houston. He's not going to Sacramento, Detroit, Indiana. I don't think he's going to New Orleans. He's not going to San Antonio. Not going to Washington.
Oh, Washington. The Knicks.
Probably not going to the Knicks. Not going to the Hornets. Not going to the Cavs. Hawks are interesting. Bulls are a possibility. Timberwolves, maybe. Not the Nuggets, maybe. Your guys would have to trade Jamal.
Yeah,
like,
Jamal and MPJ probably.
No, I don't think that would work financially. That's too much money.
Either
MPJ's on
or,
that.
they're both expensive.
Yeah. I don't think he's not going to Philly because that means he would have to play with James Harden. I don't think their relationship is on good standing. So that leaves us with like Denver, Dallas, Miami, Minnesota, Chicago, and then the Suns and the Blazers and the Thunder and the Hawks. I'm forgetting teams, but like I think
I don't
out of
think
all
he would go to Minnesota though.
I think the thing is, if KD doesn't say where he wants to be traded, he would probably get traded to the Thunder. Like if he doesn't tell them where he wants to go, well, that's assuming the Thunder make an offer, right?
Yeah.
But if the Thunder would have the most assets to make the best offer, we by far would be able to make the best offer.
Yeah.
We have all the picks. You know, we have some young players. Chet, of course, you could take if you want him. You know, but even outside of that, we got Lou. If we had to trade Josh Giddey, I wouldn't be down to do the trade. I really don't want to do the trade if we trade for Chet. I don't want KD back. I like what we're building now. I don't like. It's kind of like
the direction
getting
where you're
back
going
with a old ex. Like if you're building with your life now, why go back with something that didn't work the first time just to see if it works this time? Like I'm good. I don't want KD. I'm good.
Like he left for a reason.
Honestly,
why
just
would you
for
want him?
Fun of it. I want to see KD go to just. I would like to see KD in Portland.
Yeah,
I would like to see that. That'd be a really fun duo, Dame and KD. That's where I want him to go. More so than Phoenix. I just think Portland would be more fun. More fun. That's all.
I think it'll be better, I guess.
Yeah. Plus, Dame will finally get help.
Help.
This is like elite help. This is the most help he's ever seen in his life. Yeah, Portland would be the most fun place. I don't know how it would work. We kind of just gotta wait maybe a few more days, a week, until we, see what's going on with Kyrie. Because if Kyrie stays, KD's not leaving. But if Kyrie says he's out, and then we got to get to the Knicks because that has a lot to do with the Kyrie situation. Then KD's out. If Kyrie leaves, KD's gone. There's no way KD stays.
There's no way he's staying.
Because the Nets betrayed his. I wouldn't say betrayed it. Yeah, they betrayed his trust. They struggled to keep the guys around him to, No,
I mean, you can't really. They were all injured at one point.
So they were all injured, and then there was like off the court factors. Like the Kyrie vaccination thing has a lot to do with it.
That's on Kyrie. It's not really on the Nets, so you can't really blame them for that.
And then it's not even really on Kyrie either, because it's kind of just like he did what he wanted to do. You can't really be mad at it. But it's like, I guess you're kind of like, we don't know if we can commit to this dude who's not even committed to us, which I understand that. There's some secondhand. There's like a bit of resistance to just giving Kyrie a max. So I can understand that. Yeah. But we got to get to the Knicks pick because that has a lot to do with the Kyrie situation. So we were at Pelicans, Dyson Daniels. Did we get this one right? I think we did. We did get this one.
Yeah, I did.
Pelicans, Dyson Daniels.
I did.
I love this fit. I love the pick. Love the fit. A+ pick to me. I just think it's perfect.
Easy.
Another lengthy dude who can play make. Not the best shooter, but his jumper looks good. So I think it could be something in the future. Then the defense is there too. So I mean, that's all like I really just like the fit as a potential lob thrower to Zion, setting up Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum. He doesn't got to do too much. He just starts, finds his teammates and plays some defense. Maybe hit a couple
shoot it
shots.
every now and then.
Yeah. That's it. Get to the rim, things like that. Use your size to be a additional rebounder. Because they're having Zion, who's like 6'6" in the front court, that's a little smaller for the front court. So having a 6'7" guard. Oh, and then CJ McCollum's like 6'2", I think. So
6'3", 6'2", 6'3", I think.
He's small on the smaller end. So getting a 6'7" guard to combine with, Brandon Ingram, who's sizey, Herb Jones is pretty tall. So yeah, they're trying to build. I think that's where a lot of teams are going, and a lot of prospects are. I mean, they can't really decide to be tall and lengthy, but that's the direction the league is going.
It's going toward wings who can run the offense.
Right. Essentially, yeah, wing size players who could run the offense. Because who would have thought, like, I mean, of course in the 90s and the 80s we had tall point guards like Magic is tall.
Magic.
Penny Hardaway is tall, those kinds of
We
guys.
had,
But it's
like,
not as
Larry
regular
Bird
as it
doing
is.
things that guards were doing.
Yeah, it's not as regular as it is now. Like LaMelo, Ben Simmons is a tall guard. LaMelo's a tall guard. Josh Giddey's a tall guard. Shea's a tall guard. It's just evolution of basketball. But yeah, I like the pick. He's the first G League guy taken off the board. So yeah. Number 9, this was a really surprising pick. The Spurs went with Sohan over Davis. And very Spurs pick. Pop likes defensive guys who hustle, who like to play the game, the right way, bounce passing.
This kid's gonna develop though.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think it's a great fit coaching wise. I don't think he has, the upside of Johnny Davis or even Ousmane Dieng, if we're talking pure upside and potential.
Oh yeah.
But I think he's a really interesting prospect. And he's someone who I actually, and for someone who's not like a scorer, I do look forward to watching him just because of the kind of player he is. He's very intriguing.
Yeah.
To me. So yeah.
Like the Swiss Army knight.
Where did we have him going? Sohan was going.
I had
to
him
the
going
Thunder.
later.
Yeah. Yeah. Sohan to the Spurs. I'm cool with it. I think I would give it
I like it. Giving it a B plus.
A B plus. I like him, but I just don't think upside wise. I think Davis was a better upside pick. But number 10,
Davis would have been the better pick because it alleviates stress off DeJounte. But then apparently there are rumors of DeJounte getting shopped
to Atlanta.
So yeah,
they said to actually get DeJounte, they would need 3 firsts.
Yeah,
like just for you to have a chance at getting him. So I hope they don't trade him because I like this little defensive team they're building. But yeah, that's another interesting trade that could happen. But number 10, Johnny Davis goes to the Wizards. I don't know. I mean, this guy can obviously play with Beal next to him or, as his own guard. So it doesn't really tell us too much on the Beal situation.
I think it tells us that situation of Beal wanting out because they wouldn't have drafted a guard if he was going to stay.
Yeah, I mean,
they would have drafted someone else, like a two-way.
He's more of a 2 than he is a 1. But I think he can play the 1. But again, yeah, I don't think you go with him at this pick. But I mean, I think if Beal's staying, you probably go Ochai Agbaji or I'm trying to see who else is available. AJ Griffin, maybe.
Yeah.
Who really fell due to due to injury concerns, things like that, which makes sense. Maybe Dieng if you're trying to draft for upside. But there wasn't. I mean, Johnny Davis was the best player on the board.
Yeah.
Like by far. I wouldn't say by far. Duren has a case to be the best player on the board.
I don't know. Like the Wizards are just going in a weird direction right now.
Right. I don't understand what's like the Porzingis trade makes me think they're trying to win with Beal, but now Beal's possibly leaving. So now they got Porzingis and some solid role players and Johnny Davis. Like it's kind of like their foot's in the door, one foot's in the door and one foot's out the door of contending.
They're not fully committing to anything.
Right. They're not contending, but they're not the worst team in the league. They're just bad. They're solid, I guess.
Yeah.
They're okay. But pick wise, I like Johnny Davis. I think he's a really good prospect with a lot of scoring potential and some defensive potential. So I think I would give this I give it an A- just because I don't really understand the direction the Wizards are going in. But I think he could really turn out to be one of the best players in this class.
I'm giving it an A- as well. A- to A area because 1, we don't know the direction where they're going, and B, I just like him as a scorer. He can just replace Beal if necessary, or work next to him again if necessary.
Okay, number 11, the Knicks. This was a really confusing situation.
Very weird.
Just because of the way the NBA announces their picks or their trades. Like in the NFL, it's just if you trade a pick, they tell you traded the pick right then and right there. Like the little bar on the bottom switches. It's not the Knicks who are picking anymore, or for football sake, the Eagles aren't picking anymore. Now the Broncos are picking, and it shows the Broncos are picking. In the NBA, you know, if the Knicks trade their pick to the Thunder, it still
like
says the Knicks.
Knicks via Thunder, like
right. It'll still say the Knicks. The dude will walk up there, get his hat for the Knicks,
put a Knicks hat on,
and then never play for the
Thunder.
Knicks. Right.
Yeah.
At that point, like I guess it's just to keep the flow of things going.
This is that same thing for what's it called? Hawks? No,
the Luka Trae Young
Trae. Yeah, Luka Trae Young.
Like Luka has the Hawks hat on.
Just
I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that hard to just show where the pick's going. And the weird thing about it is later on in the draft, like I'm sitting there watching the draft. We're like in the 20s. It was one of the good teams who had a pick. It was like the Bulls, I think. And Adam Silver's like, we have a trade to announce. And I'm like, oh, we seen a Rudy Gobert trade. And then they announced the fact that the Knicks traded their pick to the Thunder. Like once that was agreed on, then they announced instead of, you know, I mean, it has to be agreed on at that point because the Knicks probably aren't drafting Ousmane Dieng just to have him. They were going to trade him. Like that'd be so weird if a team was like, oh, we want to trade for this pick. So then they pick the guy who you tell them to draft. And then you're like, oh, nah, we ain't really want, bro. You could keep him though. So it's like you sabotaging people, right? So I just think it would be really easy if they just showed the team's logo who was drafting the player. But on to the actual pick. Ousmane Dieng, who is a foreign-born player. He's actually, I guess, technically the fourth foreign-born player, but the first non-college. Well, I mean, okay, like the second non-college guy, but the first like foreign league guy taken off the
first
board.
International player.
Right, we'll say that. Okay. You know, Dieng has some scoring potential. Another lengthy guy, which is the theme the Thunder went with in this draft. Lengthy dudes who could play both ways from France. You know, 6'10", little 3-4 dude. Yeah, needs to work on the consistency, but he's pure upside.
When he catches fire, he is on fire.
Right. He is a pure upside pick, though, I think. So I'm not mad at it. I wanted Jalen Duren because I was like, we could play Chet at the 4 and then just play Duren at the 5. That seems like a great draft to me. But they thought something else. And I trust Sam Presti to make the right pick. So I'm not going to give it an F. I'm not going to give it an A. I'm going to give it a B because I see the upside, but I can see how this doesn't work out. But I could also see how it does work out. So I kind of see it.
I'm giving it a B on how I think, again, as you said, Jalen Duren would have been a better pick. But like, I don't know. I think he might be getting sent to the G League. Yeah,
oh definitely. He's spending some time in the G League. Yeah. We have 20 players on the roster right now.
Yeah. Like you guys have so many scorers at wing.
Right.
Like, you guys just drafted Chet as well, so
right. We're gonna have to, you know, trade some dudes, cut some dudes, and send some dudes down to the G League. But yeah, I think it's a upside pick. So I'm not going to if he's not good this year, I'm not going to be like, this guy's a bust. Because that's not what he was expected to be. He was expected to be, you know, someone who needs to develop over time. So
Poku is so bad. I'm sorry, but Poku is bad.
Poku has upside, but upside
he has moments where he's just
the best player in the league and moments where he's the worst player in the league.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 12, back-to-back Thunder picks. Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara, late riser. You know, he impressed people because of his showing at the the combine, and his measurements on the combine because he has a 7'7" or not a 7'7" wingspan, a 7'2" wingspan, I think, as a guard who's 6'6". So yeah, he's got some size to him. 3-and-D player, plays defense, you know, with the wingspan and the size that really helps him. And then he's a great 3-point shooter. So 3-and-D player. I again was like, you know, take Duren. He's on the board. Let's take Duren. But I'm not mad at Williams. I've done a little more research on him, and he looks to be a more like win now piece who's going to be playing this year and going to be contributing pretty much instantly. So I'm not mad at it. He's also the second player out of Santa Clara to get drafted. I think I think he's the second. I know the only other one that I know is Steve Nash. So happy for him. Welcome to OKC. I think I give this pick I give it a B, because
I'm giving this pick.
wanted Duren.
Yeah, I'm giving this pick a B because, as you mentioned, he's a win now piece. But then Duren would have been like a better
Again,
option.
a better pick. I think Duren was
like
there's
he would have brought more value to the team.
Duren is a top 10 prospect in this draft to me. Like I think he should have got drafted higher than Jeremy Sohan. And honestly, you could argue he should have got drafted higher than Johnny Davis. I think he has that level of potential.
He was a projected like top 5 pick early in the year, was he not?
He was higher than where he went. I don't know top 5, but he was higher than this. We had him going. Oh, well, we only had him going, 11. But still, like, come on, bro. He's that guy. Number 13, the Hornets take Jalen Duren, then trade him to the Knicks, and then the Knicks trade him to the Pistons. So the Hornets took nobody here. So technically, just to make this, easier, let's just say the Pistons are on the clock and they take Jalen Duren. So the Pistons get Jalen Duren, again, A+ pick. Jalen Duren is great to me. He has like Robert Williams. He reminds me of Robert Williams. That kind of esque of player, like a vertical, rim protector who has the potential to switch onto guards, moves his feet well, can run in transition.
The longest standing wings.
Yeah, like he is an athletic beast. 6'11", 250, just a animal. Like, really, that's all I can say. He's really just he's a dog. He's a dog. Like, I can't say anything else. I honestly thought Hornets was a perfect pick. I didn't think they were going to trade him. I was like, the Hornets got the best pick in this class. It didn't make sense
to me why they traded him, because there was no reason for them to.
They needed a center anyway. So I was like,
but then they end up with nothing.
Right. They got Mark Williams at 15.
But still, the quality drops, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah. Definitely a drop off in like talent. Like, I just think Duren is better. I don't know why there's a discussion between Williams and Duren. I don't think it's close. I think Duren is really, really close. Or I think Duren is really, really better. That's what I meant to say. Not close.
Yeah.
But yeah, they traded him to Detroit. But again, if we're just saying this is Detroit's pick, A+ pick, no question.
A+.
I love what they're building out there. It's Cade, Ivy, Sadiq Bey. They got Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren. Definitely looking forward to watching that team because I think they're going to be very fun to watch.
I might actually watch some Pistons games this year.
Pistons games. Number 14, Ochai Agbaji to Cleveland. I think we got this one right.
Did we?
We did.
Yeah.
Ochai Agbaji. And then technically we did get 15 right. We just had it as a Rudy Gobert trade thing. But Ochai Agbaji goes to the Cavs. I give this pick maybe a C+. I just think he's nothing special to me. I think he's good, like a really good rookie. I just don't think he has much potential. I just think he's like a really good player who's going to help them win now and going to contribute instantly. I don't think he's like, going to be the next best player on the team or anything.
I'm giving it a B.
That's kind of what they're looking for. So I guess, it'd be like a B. Yeah. They don't need like the greatest player ever. They needed someone who could slide in, play some defense.
They don't need a project. They just need someone who's
going to complement what they have.
Yeah. Who's ready.
I'm happy for them.
I like it.
Yeah, good pick. You're probably right.
After all, I did make this pick.
Right. So it has to be a good pick. You weren't making bad picks on purpose. Number 15. And I'm not really trying to do the whole draft because some of these guys at the end, I have no clue who they are. So we'll go to my boy Tari Eason. So we'll go to 17. Mark Williams, 15.
Oh, you were high on Tari, I remember, correct?
Yes, I wanted the Thunder to take Tari at 12 or
Yeah.
Duren at 12. So
Yeah.
him going to, the Rockets at 17 was kind of sickening to me.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's go. We're at Mark Williams. I think this is a C pick. I just think
Yeah.
Duren is so much better, and they traded Duren. There was no
Yeah.
reason to trade Duren. I don't get it.
It's a C because of management.
Right.
Not because of the player, but because of management.
I just think Duren was so much better. And that, maybe I'm wrong and I have to do even more research, but I just think the upside of Duren is so much better than Mark Williams.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think Duren's going to end up better anyway.
Yeah.
So I got to give this a C. I don't love Mark Williams at all. Where did we have Mark Williams even going? Oh, 15. So,
Oh.
but we didn't have the Hornets, getting Duren
Yeah.
and then trading Duren to get Mark Williams. Like, I think it's a very
This is a
clear
Gobert
drop off
replacement.
from Duren to Williams, So
Mhm.
I'm definitely giving this a C. That's where I'm at on it.
I'm giving it like a C plus, but not because of Mark, but because of not the Celtics. The Hornets as an
Hornets.
organization making that trading down when they had the chance of getting Jalen.
I don't think it makes sense. Like I don't get like seeing where the NBA is going. Why would you trade the center who has some shooting potential, is faster, has a higher vertical, has the frame, he's slightly shorter, but the league is getting
wingspan.
The league is getting shorter at big but taller at guard, right? Like,
yeah.
So I just think Duren fits better in the direction the NBA is going. Plus, for Charlotte, Jalen Duren would be perfect. He can run the floor. He's an insane lob threat. Like, you can't tell me he wouldn't have fit more than Mark Williams. I mean, not to say Mark Williams wouldn't also fit, because he's also a good lob threat. He can also, he's a lot more capable of running the floor than some bigs are. But Jalen Duren, to me, is just much better. So I don't understand why they traded him.
Yeah.
And the fact that Duren got traded twice, oh my God, they better hope Jalen Duren doesn't turn out to be, an all-star. Because imagine your team drafts an all-star center, trades him, you're the team that gets the all-star center in the trade, and then you trade him a second time. Like, I'm a Jalen Duren supporter, so
I'm just interested on how this next 3 first-round picks would age.
Yeah. And I think the Knicks traded one of those first-round picks to the Hornets to get Jalen Duren, and then traded Jalen Duren. So, but the thing is with that, they traded Jalen Duren with Kemba because they're trying to free up, and we were supposed to talk about this at the Knicks pick, but they were trying to free up, cap space to get a max slot to get Kyrie.
Yeah.
And if the Knicks free up a max slot to get Kyrie, I think he's leaving. Because the thing is right now, the only way for Kyrie to leave and actually be on a good team or a solid enough team, and he's not like on one of the worst teams in the league, is if he gets a sign and trade, and the Nets would have to agree to trade him to where he wants to go, right?
Yeah.
If the Knicks or if the Nets are like, you know what? All right, you don't want to be here anymore. You need a max contract, then leave. Where's he going to go? He can't go anywhere. It's not like he's going to go sign to the Magic. I doubt the Magic will give him the money he wants. So if the Knicks free up a spot to get a max player, Kyrie's going to the Knicks. Like, now, I think if they fill out a max slot, there's a higher chance of the Nets actually trading Kyrie. Because at that point, it's either Kyrie leaves to go to the Knicks or Kyrie, we trade him and we get something back.
Yeah.
So I think, Nets fans should be very worried about what the Knicks are doing.
Their future.
I would not be worried or surprised if the Knicks make another trade pretty soon for like trading away Evan Fournier or something. So they're definitely trying to free up a max slot.
Free up some cap.
And they didn't even trade a good player. They still have all of their best players. They still have, RJ, Derrick Rose.
If I remember correctly, Kemba didn't even play.
Yeah, Kemba didn't play because he was so bad they just stopped playing him. They got that like huge contract that he had when he was on Oklahoma City. But yeah, just not a what was I trying to say? Not something you would be happy about if you're a Nets fan, because I think it's very real possibility that Kyrie Irving isn't a net. Like, if you had to give it a percentage, what would you say the chances that Kyrie stays on the Nets next year?
20.
20
or 15.
Oh, so you really think
10?
You know what? Maybe 5. I honestly don't think he's like.
I'm gonna make it 0.
Yeah, I don't think
probably like 10 realistically. 10. I think he's going to get out.
Yeah, I think I would go 30, just because I'm hoping that Kyrie understands that if he goes anywhere other than the Nets, he's gonna be on a worse team realistically.
Yeah.
But Kyrie is an interesting fella, so he might go to the Knicks.
World be flat.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was a very interesting situation with Pistons, Hornets, and Knicks.
Yeah.
Number 16, Atlanta Hawks, AJ Griffin. He was someone who he was dealing with injury. So, for being real, that's probably the reason he fell.
It's
he
why
has the upside. The Hawks did this pick really just to.
He's going to the G League. I'm just saying this right now.
I think he might play off the bench. I don't think he's starting though.
No, because what's his name is in the G League. I forgot his name already. I said it last episode.
Sharif Cooper.
Sharif Cooper.
That's true. He might
Brody was a high pick and he got sent.
Yeah. Plus, he does have AJ Griffin has time and he has some growing to do. So I wouldn't be shocked at him spending some time in the G League. I could also see him playing some. It's hard to say because a lot of the guard.
Did we get this pick right too?
AJ Griffin to Atlanta? No, we had AJ Griffin going to Washington.
Oh,
we had the Hawks taking Ousmane Dieng.
Oh,
yeah, we weren't close, bro. We were not close.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so not mad at it. It's for upside. It's clearly for upside. Potentially get someone who can help out. Trae Young.
Help out Trae from that pressure.
But it's not, eye popping. In the last pick, steal of the draft, number 17, the Rockets get Tari Eason. He's gonna be the GOAT. He has all the makings of a GOAT. He's 6'8", 216. You know who else was 6'8" and 216 coming into the draft? LeBron. He wasn't. He was not 6'8". Maybe 6'8", probably not 216 though. He actually might have been 216. Probably not 216 exactly, but around that range. I think Tari Eason is great. I really thought he could have gone starting at like 12. I would not have been mad at the Thunder taking him. I think he's that good of a prospect. But he fell. And I guess no one's seeing the same thing. He's that guy. He's that good. He's improved so much from his.
I'm honestly surprised the Hawks didn't take him.
Yeah, he would have made as a John Collins potential replacement. Would have made sense to me. Like Hornets, he could have been like if they didn't want to pay Miles Bridges or Miles Bridges replacement. Wouldn't have made sense on the Cavs. They have that position locked up.
They already have
under. He could have played next to Chet. Would have been a nice little fit there. It just made so much sense everywhere, except no one else saw that. So the Rockets got two great guys. They got Jabari and Tari. So props to them. This
great
to me,
draft.
This is an A+ pick. I think Tari Eason is that good. He's just a great prospect. I didn't think about this. I have a game that I want to bring up that's also in the spirit of the
Let's
draft.
actually pause that real quick. Okay.
Go ahead.
So let's talk about the Nuggets' 21st pick. They drafted Christian Braun. We needed that 3-and-D wing. I enjoy that pick. I really like it.
Let me let you talk about your team. Yeah. Christian Braun.
Okay. So I really like that pick. We kind of needed that, He can run like the 2, 3, something that we needed. We can get Jamal at the 1. We got Christian Braun, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, Nikola Jokic. We're straight.
Peyton Watson too.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah,
we're straight.
No clue who that is either. So, yeah, hopefully he's good. Christian Braun is cool though. I like him. He's just solid. Yeah. He's really just
he's a shooter.
Solid.
The Nuggets need a shooter,
defense,
and that's him. Yeah. I also think this could help the bench unit as well, because defensively it's an issue. We also got rid of JaMychal Green. He signed to the Thunder.
Yeah, he's on the Thunder now.
Yeah, he's on the Thunder.
He's probably getting
why
cut,
he's on the
though.
Thunder. He's
it was in the trade to get 30.
Oh, it was in a trade.
Yeah, to get
Oh,
30, you guys gave us Jermichael.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Uncle Jermichael Green is gone. Okay, back to what I was saying though. I really like this pick, and hopefully it helps out the bench unit, hit some threes, because threes is low key an issue on the Nuggets without MPJ and Jamal, of course. But we've seen, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but last season, Nuggets bench unit was slow. They were horrible. They could not score.
Yeah.
Of course, they would have
Um,
games where they go off, but like
yeah, every bench unit has that.
inconsistent. It's very inconsistent,
Yeah.
and it's an issue. It's what costed games. And defense is also an issue, as shown
Mhm.
against the PTSD lineup. It
Mhm.
was exposed to the maximum.
How much of you guys' bench being bad do you think is because you guys as starters were supposed to be bench players? Like you guys as starting point guard was supposed to be a bench player. And then you guys starting small forward
Mhm.
was also supposed to be a bench player.
Yeah.
But you guys as starting small forward and starting point guard didn't play. So maybe with
Mhm.
that combined with the picks you guys have made, you know, you guys' bench is better. I don't think you guys need to make a huge trade for any like 6-man or anything. I
Mhm.
just think you guys need more health. That's probably
I
my
think they already have the 6-man in Bones Highland, or
right.
like that scoring off the bench, because
Right.
he provides energy. Bro will
Definitely.
hit a shot from like past hash. He'll
Right.
make it.
Got
But
a nice handle too.
oh yeah, for sure. But like, yeah, it's a great pick. I'm giving it an A plus because shooter, defense. I like
Christian Braun fan.
it.
Yeah. Let's see in the second round if there's anything that. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the second round who we had getting drafted in the first round.
Bro,
Like you had Christian Koloko going 20th.
I knew Koloko. Yeah.
And he was going Q 33rd. Jaden Hardy 37, and we had him go.
So I knew Koloko was
21.
gonna fall, but I didn't think he was gonna fall that far.
EJ Liddell went 41, and we had him go 19, I think. 18.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bryce McGowens went.
Okay, I think EJ Liddell falling is totally a W pick.
Yeah, no, I think he's really good. I don't understand why he
Yeah.
fell so far.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look. Where's my boy? Kendall Brown is great too. I think he's really solid. Shout out him. Evan
Oh,
Mobley
did
and
you
Isaiah
see
Mobley.
Evan Mobley's? Yeah, Isaiah Mobley. Yeah,
They're back
I was just
together.
gonna say that.
Let's see. Who was Mr. Irrelevant this year? Hugo Besson. Can I see your draft profile? You're Mr. Hooper. He's from. Oh, he was teammates with Ushman.
Oh,
Let's see what advanced stats. Can we just see your numbers, bro? Confident scorer with promising perimeter shot making ability who had some big games in the NBL, but has to improve on his consistency, particularly on the defensive end. Crazy to think that these draft prospects are now like being born in 2001. We're 05, so
oh my god,
it's only a few more
We're
years till
05.
it's like our age of people going to the league. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be like sitting at home with someone who's literally my age. Like Mikey. Like it's only a few more years till Mikey is in the league. Bronny and him, it's gonna be crazy.
Jared McCann.
Jared McCain. What's his name? Dang, what's his name? Dude with the curls who's on TikTok.
Jared.
No, that's the other dude with curls who's on TikTok.
Oh.
I was watching him earlier. I forget his name, but yeah. There's a lot of guys who are about to be our age in the league. But yeah. Draft is over. Now it's just summer league ball, which is on the 6th or the 10th. It's coming up eventually. It's gonna be here soon.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Can't wait to watch the Thunder hopefully dominate summer league. I mean, I feel like we have the best summer league team in the league. We have all the young
Do you
players.
think Chet's winning summer league MVP?
I don't think he's gonna play that much. I really don't think they're gonna play him all that much. If I had to pick
If you were to take a
MVP,
guess, who do you think is winning summer league MVP?
it's always a weird person. It's never like the actual person who should win it.
Yeah.
Johnny Davis.
Okay.
I think he's actually gonna play. So I think I would go him. Part of me wants to say Duran, but I don't think a big is probably winning summer league MVP. It's got to probably be a guard.
Give me EJ.
Liddell?
EJ Liddell.
If you win Summer League MVP, that's gonna be the greatest prediction ever.
Yeah.
That'd be a wild prediction. The 40th pick just pops off. I think that's a really great
Balls
pick,
out.
though. I don't know
Mhm.
how we fell that much. I thought he seemed like a very valuable type of player that the league would want. But hey, Pelicans got a good one.
Mhm.
Shout out to them. Who'd they take in the first? Oh, I don't think they had a first.
In the first, they had Dyson.
Oh, they did
Wait,
take Dyson. They had 8. They had 8. Yeah, so they took
Yeah.
Dyson and EJ, which is two really good guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, draft is over. But I do have a draft-oriented game. I have to stop the share screen so I can actually play the game because it has to do with, guessing, right? So we're gonna
Mhm.
go. Let me open my Google Chrome back up. So remember before the podcast, I asked you to, bring up or pick a year from like 2014 to 2018.
Yeah.
You took 18. So we're gonna look at draft comparisons because of how poorly they age, right? So I'm gonna tell you someone's draft comparison, and you're gonna have to try and guess the player. And this is 2018.
Okay.
So this is like the Trae Young Luka draft class, right?
Trae Young Luka class. Okay.
Okay. Who was projected to whose NBA comparison was Anthony Davis? He got drafted, or he was projected to go to number 7.
Davis.
Anthony Davis. If you want to pull up the
Do I know this guy?
Yeah, he's in the league still. He's a free agent.
I'm not gonna do it.
I can give you like clues. It could be like Wordle.
Yeah, give me some clues.
So like,
yeah,
give me a conference or something.
East.
He's in the East.
Okay. Huh. Who got drafted to the East? Oh my god. And he's a free agent, you said, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's projected to be a free agent. He's a restricted free agent, so he's still.
Oh, projected. Okay. Projected to be free agent, but his player comp is AD.
Yeah, it's wild.
He go college or G League?
This is before G League was even an option, so college.
Oh, okay. College. Okay.
I'll give you another clue. He is the team that he got drafted to is one of the worst teams in the league right now.
Oh, okay.
So you can start guessing out of those if you want.
Okay. Shoot. I don't know.
Hey, you gotta guess, Ronnie. Make it interesting.
Bro, I can't think of anyone. Oh my god. He got picked 7?
Yeah. No, this is a mock draft. But he was projected to get picked 7.
Oh, it's a mock draft.
Projected
Projected 7. Okay. Projected 7. AD player comp. Oh my god. I have a feeling it's like completely going over my head.
He's on one of the worst teams in the league. So if I were you, I'd start guessing amongst some of the worst teams in the league.
Shoot. Like the Wizards?
Not the Wizards.
Detroit?
Not Detroit.
Okay. Nah, so this is when the Hawks and Mavericks are bad. Huh.
You want me to just tell you the team?
Just tell me, bro.
It's the Magic, bro. They had the first pick, bro.
Oh, it's the Magic?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, so he Jonathan Isaac?
Not Jonathan Isaac.
Shoot, Mo Bamba?
It is Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba had an AD player comparison.
AD player comp. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Bro, I couldn't think of him. Oh my god.
Let's get another guy in. I'm trying to think. Let's do. Okay. Whose NBA comparison was Brooke Lopez?
What the heck? They in the Western Conference?
Western Conference.
Yusuf Nurkic.
Not Yusuf Nurkic wasn't drafted this year, bro. Like he's way older than these guys. Yusuf Nurkic like 27, bro.
Oh my god.
Almost 30, bro. You did not get drafted in 2018, bro.
Western Conference. How's their contract looking?
I don't know what the contract's looking like, but they are on a good team in the West.
Okay. In the West. Oh wait, hold on. Brooke Lopez. I was gonna guess Jeremy Grant, but his player comp would not.
Yeah,
be Brooke
that
Lopez.
would be weird.
Yeah. Like I know they're weird, but they're not that weird. Good team in the Western Conference. Shoot. Like, oh, was DeAndre Ayton in this class?
DeAndre Ayton was in this class, but it's not DeAndre Ayton.
Oh. Good team, Western Conference. Bro, I don't know.
Just go by the standing. That's probably your best bet.
I don't know.
Just go by the standings. It's probably your best bet. Like if I say good or bad team, your best bet is probably going by the standings.
No, James Wiseman was later. Has this team won a chip recently?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
So that knocks out them. Okay. Oh my God, why can't I think? Jaren Jackson Jr.?
It is Jaren Jackson Jr. He had a Brooke Lopez player.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I looked at this wrong. Who? Let's see. I'm trying to find one that would be. Oh, okay. Which player had a DeJounte Murray player comparison? Get to guessing.
Are they in the East?
West.
West, okay. What's DeJounte player comp? Okay. Oh my gosh. Who?
If you need other clues,
2018. Okay. Are they on a good team right now?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Bad West teams. Okay. So hey, what year was Lonzo? Was that 16?
Lonzo is like 16 or 17. I don't remember. I get those confused, but it's not Lonzo. And Lonzo's on the Bulls anyway.
Bro, it kicked me out. Anyways, you said Lonzo was 17, right?
Yeah, Lonzo is on the Bulls anyway, so he wouldn't even classify.
Oh yeah, that's true. Who's a defense? Who plays defense? Who plays defense at guard? Who plays defense?
I wouldn't even think about that because this guy isn't even a prolific defender like that.
Donovan Mitchell.
No, he's on a better team or a worse team than the Jazz.
Oh my gosh. So he was like on the opposite of dang. Dang. Bad team. I was gonna guess a player from the Suns. That's a good team.
That's the best team.
Yeah. Like De'Aaron was 17, right? Or 16.
Yeah.
One of those. Dang.
Worse than the Kings.
Worse than the Kings?
Yeah.
Huh?
They were, worse than the Kings, bro.
Oh my God. So like the Spurs? No, the Spurs were good.
Yeah, Spurs were better than the Kings. So
yeah,
worse than both of those teams, bro. I feel like you're overthinking it. Just think who is bad.
I feel like I am. Who was bad? The Lakers were bad.
Not the Lakers.
Not the Lakers, though, yeah. Portland?
Worse than Portland.
Were they worse than the Thunder?
It is the Thunder, bro.
Oh, it is the Okay, so who did the Thunder draft in 2018? Dort was a free agent. Is it Shea?
It is Shea. And the thing is, the Thunder didn't even draft Shea.
That's disgusting.
The Hornets drafted Shea, who
That
then
is
traded Shea to the Clippers, who then traded Shea to the Hornets.
That
or
is
to the Thunder.
disgusting. Oh my god.
Yep. But yeah, that's our game. You were fighting for your life. You're
Yeah.
lucky I didn't pull out
Oh my
Danilo
god.
Gallinari, the Danilo Gallinari player comp, bro. I was gonna do the Manu Ginobili player comparison, and it was gonna
Wait,
be
so
Luka.
what was really?
Yeah, that was Luka's player comparison.
Oh my god. What's
DeAndre
Trey's?
Trey's is Baron Davis. I'm pretty sure. I just closed the tab. I remember Aiton's is Embiid. Yeah. And then dang, I don't remember any of the other ones. I wish I would have paid more attention. Yeah. Pretty sick. Pretty sick.
My life. Oh my god.
Yeah. I was trying to give you good hints. I was like, he's on a bad team in the West, bro. They're like, just think of a bad team in the West.
I couldn't think of the Thunder because like the direction in which you're going.
It's upwards. You're not thinking of like a team you're thinking of a team that's like going downwards. So I get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard when you're like put on the hot seat though to think of those things. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. It's tough.
Oh, it's horrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. Next time we gotta let you have like the draft class in front of you because you were like, you said Yusuf Nurkic. I was like, wait, Nurkic should get drafted this year, bro. Oh. Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, let's conclude it here because it's 10:30.
Yeah.
This concludes
oh my god.
episode 13 of the Poverty Franchise podcast. We'll be back on Wednesday, probably talking more basketball because I assume nothing's going to happen in the NFL because it's been pretty boring right now. But yeah, we'll be back Wednesday. So if you made it this far, thank you, and we'll see you then.